There are stories we're not supposed to hear. Not because they're unbelievable, but because they're true. Stories buried under redactions, whispered in hallways, hidden behind the faces of people who learned the hard way that silence is safer than the truth. Tonight, we're pulling those stories back into the light. Not to sensationalize them, but to understand what they reveal about the world we live in. Because every rumor has a source, every warning has a witness, and every impossible event leaves a trace. This is Mind War, and these are the stories that were never meant to surface. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mind War podcast. I'm Badger. This is Grandmaster, and we got a good one for you. Grandmaster, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, because I want to kind of piggyback off of some stories from yesterday.
Okay.
This is another hospital story. It's called Ghost Clinics. That's the headline. The bad part is people are supposed to trust these places, and this is a healthcare issue, right? What it is, they don't actually treat patients. They exist only on paper. That's it. They're not real. Okay, so here's the article. There's no waiting rooms, no real foot traffic, but somehow they're billing thousands of dollars per patient. High-end treatments, infusion therapies, diagnostic panels. And here's where it gets really dirty. Some of the doctors listed, they don't even know they're being attached to these patients. That's crazy. They don't even know they're attached to the actual place either. Their names or licenses used like stolen credit cards. Now, this is affecting doctors too, not just patients. And that's affecting the doctors now. The patients, on the other hand, they're not patients, they're data, or data, however you want to say it. Pulled from breaches, recycled, run through the system like ghosts. Kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, how stuff's getting stolen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine finding out your insurance is drained, whatever that means, not because you got sick, but because someone pretended you were. Now, and by the time anyone starts asking questions, the clinic is gone. New name, new address, same game. That's not even a sloppy crime. That's organized to the T. Okay? That's a system being studied and exploited. And it doesn't seem like there's anything anyone can do. How is that crazy?
How scary is that?
Yeah.
For somebody that's dealing with medical issues as it is right now, knee replacement, back surgeries, the whole nine, I can't imagine calling up to my provider to find out, oh, you got the wrong number. There's nobody here by that name.
Or you maxed out, or you maxed out your limit for your insurance for the year, whatever that means. But you maxed it out. Woo.
Oh,
and the bad part is, you can't bankrupt medical insurance, if I'm not mistaken. You can't. There's certain things you can't do.
Right.
And that being one of them. So they're just taking you for whatever.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That is bad.
All right. So I got a very interesting Easter worldwide story that never made a single headline. On April the 6th, a small German town hosted what should have been a harmless Easter tradition. Families gathered, kids ran through the grass, laughter carried across the park. And then, two men found something no one should ever find at a children's event. A plastic egg containing a vial labeled polonium-210. This is not a chemical you prank someone with. This is the same radioactive isotope used in high-profile assassinations. It's state-controlled, it's traceable, it's intentional. Authorities responded quietly. Too quietly. No national alert, no international briefing, just a local police statement and a request for calm. But polonium-210 doesn't just appear, it's delivered, it's placed, it's meant to be found or meant to be used. So the real question isn't who put it there, it's who was the message for. Polonium-210 is a state level access item, Grandmaster. It's not like you can go down to the local store and just pick up a vial of polonium 210.
Let's go procure it on the right channels.
And it was found at a public event.
Was it in the egg?
It was in the egg, the vial.
Allegedly, or
No, it was confirmed. Two golden eggs had a vial of polonium 210 in it.
Wow.
Low visibility escalation in Europe.
You know why? Because it's a panic. I mean that would start that to me was a test run.
Well, you and I have talked about it, and that's why this story jumped out at me so much when doing the research. The governments of these countries, including the United States, are slipping in here, slipping things in here. Oh, well,
So
that seemed odd, but never mind.
what happens if the wrong kid picked that up, saw that it was a vial, and just decided to throw it on the floor and break it?
Or worse, thought it was a juice drink.
Yeah. I mean, do it on the ground, you affect a lot of people then.
Yeah,
I don't know if does it go airborne or not. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't dive that deep into it, but it just is bothersome
Hmm.
that the
The zero reactions bothering me.
and the low visibility, sweep it under the rug. It didn't really happen for the people in that town. We're going to keep this quiet.
Which kind of segues into what I'm talking about. Let's keep it quiet. What happens when you can't trust what you hear? Okay. AI voice cloning isn't some futuristic concept anymore. It's already bleeding into a real world court cases. Court cases. Recorded conversations submitted as evidence. Sound real? Feel real. Tone, emotion, pauses, everything. But dig deeper and suddenly you're asking, was that ever a real person speaking? That's where we are now. That's what our society has come to. AI can do anything and make anything seem like it happened. Technology can replicate a voice so well it can put words in your mouth you never said, and the system's not ready for this. Courts don't have a universal way to verify this. No fast, reliable method, huh?
This stuff.
The stuff, yeah, to verify this stuff, like AI voiceover, the fake AI person. There's no way to prove that it's not the real person, right? So you can't tell if it's separate or synthetic. So now think about it. Evidence, the thing cases are built on, is suddenly questionable. And here's the part that should be bothering you. This isn't high level government only technology. This is accessible, cheap, downloadable. Truth, it's just so easy to download and use something you could hear today. The three different worlds. Some, listen, I'm just kind of lost in my thought here. It might just be something someone built. The problem is, truth used to be something you could hear.
Right.
If someone told you this is so and so, this is a voice of someone saying this and this and this, you could hear it, you could believe it, and you go, okay, this is good. But now with this cheap downloadable technology, I mean, I see this thing on TikTok, make this picture dance, and this person is dancing.
If you and I were not the people that we are, there's a program that I have that could literally put you and I in this seat and show like we're talking, and it's not us.
That's the part that I'm telling you. Now, where's that go moving forward for lawyers and courts that want to just burn people or don't care about the real truth? They're going to go by what they hear, and the person's like, I never said that. Well, that's your voice. Well, it's all AI now.
Right.
AI is everywhere. Everything we do is AI.
So scary.
That's very scary. But the problem is it's so cheap to get. It's untraceable. So,
wow. Well, my next story, kind of concerning. A Fiji cruise ship went aground and nobody heard about it. Yesterday, while the world argued about politics and celebrity drama, a cruise ship ran aground on a coral reef near Fiji. Passengers were evacuated. The reef, a living structure thousands of years old, completely torn apart, and global media treated it like a minor inconvenience. But this region is not random. It sits inside a strategic corridor where China, the US, and Pacific nations are quietly competing for control of shipping lanes. Maritime accidents contested in contested waters are rarely accidents. They are tests, they are probes, they are signals. And the silence surrounding this one, it's louder than the event itself. Strategic Pacific Corridor. We're all focused on the Strait of Hormuz right now, gas prices, but nobody's paying attention to the Pacific. Nobody's paying attention to China and Japan.
Well, a cruise ship running aground. Come on.
That's a big deal.
So that's just,
And destroyed the coral reef around Fiji. People travel to Fiji to see those coral reefs.
okay, but is this an AI story or is it real? That's the problem.
We will never know.
We don't even know the stories that they're giving us on the news is real or is it AI?
Right.
I mean, because they tell what they want to tell. They don't tell you the truth.
Well, and they can get references from anywhere.
Yep.
That's the scary thing. We pride ourselves in doing real stories, really digging down deep and doing the research and verifying that these are actual stories. But are they?
I don't know. I think they hide. They like to hide everything. So, because I like look at my sport one here. Okay, this isn't a highlight reel. We're not talking about the big plays or interviews. We're talking about locker rooms and what goes on in the locker room.
Okay.
Okay. For years, athletes in leagues like the NFL and NBA have been managing pain one way: suppress it, push through it, win now, and one of the tools used, Toradol. Not sure what that is. It's a pain, I guess.
Yeah.
Toradol, a powerful anti-inflammatory, not designed for long-term repeated use the way it's been handled in sports culture. Game day comes, you're hurting, take the shot, go back out there. Not a pill form of Toradol, but a shot. Okay. But now there's a shifting. Younger players are starting to say, no, I'm not taking that Toradol shot. Flat out refusing certain treatments because they've seen what happens later, the joint damage, the long-term effects. And in every case, the trust is being tested, manipulated, pushed its limit. Because the problem is there's always money involved in anything that we do. You know what I'm saying?
Money is the bottom line.
Because the problem right now is the teams are adapting slowly. They're trying to change, but it's a slow change. Okay, they're trying cold therapy, load management. You told me what load management was the other day. Explain that real quick.
So load management, while it hurts the fan, it's basically these teams that sit players periodically to keep them healthy, to not exacerbate injuries. Here's my issue with that. If I'm a 9 to 5er and I work in an office building, how many load management days do I get off?
Yeah, well, the difference is in your office building, they're not worried about winning.
Very true.
Right now, see, they're worried about winning. Want to win some great trophy. They don't care about your body tomorrow in the sports world.
Right.
Not today. Your body tomorrow, who cares? Because the star player, it sits out the effects of everything: games, money, pressure. But if he plays through it, the problem is you get the fan happy, you get to make your money, but what's this athlete's future look like?
Horrible. Look at retired NFL football players that have the CTE, brain injuries. At the time, it was strap that helmet up tighter and hit him harder.
The problem is this isn't about sports anymore.
No,
It's all about money. And when you
everything.
suppress a person's injury and you don't want to do load management, you don't want to manage the person when they're on the how many games they've played or how many innings they've pitched or whatever the case is, then you're actually hurting that player in the long run.
Grandmaster, when we talked on a previous podcast a couple months ago, we talked about player safety as opposed to corporate gain. Player safety doesn't exist anymore. They want you to believe it does, but there's an NFL football player, a quarterback, multiple concussions, got knocked completely out. The team literally let him play 3 weeks later in a game.
And he's transferred to another team now.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep playing because he's stupid. I think I don't want to mean to call that player stupid, but I mean there's no one in his corner going, hey. And if they are, he's not listening. So then there's you stupid being stupid.
Yep.
For what? For the game?
Yeah.
Think of if you have what's that?
CTE.
CTE, then you end up a swamp brain for the rest of your life. Come on now.
And your kids and your family and everybody has to see you living through that for what? Because I made that magnificent hit and we weren't wearing neck rolls, or we pulled the padding out of our helmets, or whatever.
Something to make us faster,
Right.
stronger, whatever. Yeah, I don't see it.
So on my sports story for today, it's more on a corporate level. Two major global brands quietly pulled out of London's wireless festival yesterday after Kanye West was named the headliner. This isn't just entertainment. These companies bankroll athletes, leagues, and global sporting events. When they withdraw sponsorships over reputational risk, they're not just shaping culture, they're shaping sport. This is economic pressure as psychological warfare. A signal to athletes, teams, and leagues. Step out of line, money disappears. And again, nobody covered it.
But are they talking max fixing? This could incorporate match fixing.
It could incorporate everything.
Yeah, if you don't
100%.
because everything's driven on the money, the almighty dollar.
Yes.
Or euro or whatever the hell, ruble, whatever it is you're working with, but
Currency.
the almighty currency.
Yeah.
God
It's
bless.
it's so scary to think, and you and I have talked about the renaming of stadiums here in the United States. It's something that the US really is big on is, oh, we got to rename. We don't have stadiums in America like they do in Europe. We don't have anything like the Etihad, a fixture, because ours has to be the Walmart, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Monster Energy arena at Orlando's Capital One Park.
Okay, look, I didn't know that the Winston Cup in NASCAR, was cigarettes
Right.
until later on in life when they decided to make it the Nextel Cup or whatever because anti-smoking, and so it's no longer the Winston Cup. What the frick? Couldn't you make it the Nextel race and the Winston Cup championship? The Winston Cup sounded amazing. I grew up that my whole life. I never knew it was about Winston cigarettes, and who gives a damn? Who cares? It sounds cool. But God, if people all of a sudden started not liking Nextel, brand Nextel, ooh.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
Monster jumped in.
Gee.
And these corporate sponsors literally are controlling the sport.
It's money, man.
It's all money.
Unreal.
6 crazy stories. 6 crazy signals given from those stories.
These things should be on the news.
6 warning lights hiding in plain sight.
Yes.
This is the Mind War podcast, and the war, it's always closer than you think. Have a great day. We look forward to seeing you on the next podcast.
Remember, always be kind.